everybody, welcome back to James Plays Obduction. Last time we had a little bit of a technical issue where the encoding was getting overloaded for my recording. It's something that I've experienced in the past with another game, and same situation. Things were fine up to a certain point in the game, and then it started acting up. Now, I've done a full restart of my computer, so there could have been some other process that was running in the background that was causing a problem, a memory bleed or something like that. I'm not sure. I've been running around and recording in the game with max settings, and I have not had another encoding overload. So I'm going to cross my fingers that we're okay for now. And we can get through an episode without things, getting terrible. But that's just something that I will have to be aware of moving forward. This game came out in 2016, I think. And my computer is around that same time period. It wasn't top of the line like gamer computer or anything, but it should be able to hold its own for a lot of stuff, and it has. So I don't know why these issues crop up, but let's cross our fingers and just move forward, right? So, in my running around, thinking about things, looking at things, we have this over here. Remember, I was trying to find a way to get to a tunnel that leads to the bleeder in the lake, the big, tall-ass tower. We have this here, but I don't think it opens from this side. And it goes out in this direction, but it might then curve around and provide a teleportation point from a lower altitude, which would then be exactly what I needed to get over to the bleeder. But if it doesn't open from this side, then I guess that means that we're not quite ready for that exploration, if that even is the solution I was looking for. Now, I could just open this up and go the short way around, but through the power of editing, we will get there even quicker by going the long way. And by going the long way, we can stop back in Farley's house along the way and just take a look at this. So, we have this teleportation point. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we come here, we go there, we go there, right? But if we look at the lower area, that door that we can't open, we could make a presumption that it might come out to a lower area over here, which would then let us get through this tunnel. But if the door doesn't open from this side, are we supposed to be somehow getting here, going through, and coming here and opening it from the other side? Or what? There is another possibility, as we had seen with going to a different alien world and finding a sphere of landmass that had swapped places with a spot here in town. We were able to revert them back to their original locations. Maybe we will go to a spot in that alien world or a different alien world and find another landmass sphere that might drop us in over here somewhere. But yeah, it doesn't seem like that is something for us to deal with right now. What is something we're going to deal with right now is we're going to go back here. And we're going to use this, I think. Because what information had we gained between this episode and the previous one? We looked around, we got this, we read about communication. So, if I have not missed anything for puzzle solving, then the solution would have to be somewhere in this place that we unlocked. And believe it's all coming together. So, you remember this whole setup here. Let us clear that, and let's say we do 741. Enter, and this is changing to that. And now let's do let's clear. 147. Yep, it's 3-digit numbers. And that changes like that. And now if we clear and we do 741. I think that's the same. I think it's consistent. Let's try zeros. Oh, we can't do 000. Okay, let's try 100. Okay. So we have this. We have this. We have this. So let's clear that. Do 111. Okay. Clear 100. We have this. Yeah, so it is consistent. Now, not only can we change this by doing this, we can do the reverse, as we've seen. If I can get the thing to disconnect. How? There we go. It's not super cooperative. And I can't get any closer. But it's supposed to be kind of like... I really need this to disconnect. There. Okay. Jesus. H. Christ. Okay. This looks like a very familiar shape along with the things on the outside. So if we put together what looked like a 15, or possibly the word is, or whatever you want to call it, and we hit enter. No. I could have done that oh my gosh. I could have done that the whole time. Don't look at me. This is why I don't use a camera, so I can hide my shame. We push that, and that gives us 406. Okay? So we take that. That's our 3-digit... No, wait. No, hold on. Hold on. Something went wrong. Why? What happened? What? Why did this all go so wrong? Hold on. Let's clear that. Okay, no, we can just do this. Stupid. Okay. This is now set, and we push this right here, and it says 406, but why is this changing shape? I'm going to take a picture of it, just in case I need that for the future for something. I think this is right. I put in the design as I saw it, and I pushed the button for the translation, and it gave me 406. Why this is changing, I don't know. It does concern me. I don't think I have to change the orientation. I could try, just for the heck of it. And see what else I get. 358. I mean, I might as well, instead of having to run back and forth, right? So we'll take another picture there. Then clear, enter. And now we're turning things to a degree that I'm not comfortable with. Okay, that should be right. That's 598. And then I just need to do this one. And that's 346. Okay, so we have 4 possible number combinations to try. Hopefully I got it right the first time, but in case we didn't, I've got other ones to try. So back to that keypad. Actually, before we go back to that keypad, I was running by here and I just had a little bit of a revelation about this sphere. So we can rotate the orientation of this sphere, and I guess really, was wondering what the point of it was. But now that we know that we can go to the other world, or possibly worlds, where there are swap points, then what my assumption's gonna be is that this sphere is gonna go back to its home world, and its orientation is going to be important for us to navigate further into that home world. So it's doing nothing for us right now, but we're going to need to be aware of that for the future. Does that sound right? Does that sound like I'm putting some pieces together? I hope so. I hope I sound smart. I hope I sound sexy. I hope you're listening to me and you're like, yeah. Yeah. Okay, we are armed with 3-digit codes. We'll start with the most logical one, the direct one-to-one. Hopefully it's good. Perfect. Wonderful. Okay. We overthought it. but that's fine. Joseph for mayor. Vote. Okay, so this is... Oh, yeah, vote for Joseph. This must be the mayor's house. Hey? Hey. Hey! Hello, tree. So, we're looking for a way below us. And this is the other side of the tower! Okay. But nothing works. So we need this lift to go up and down in order to get to the tree roots, but it's not working right now. The other side... Don't see anything. What about this? Nothing either. That would be to call it if it wasn't here. Yeah, I don't see anything there. I guess we just gotta follow things further along, find another place that we're gonna end up. Okay, come down here. A lot of campaign signs for a place that maybe had like 20 people. Oh, this might be... The music got kind of sinister. Okay, so Mayor's Luther Roscoe. That's a long run if we're going by Earth years. Same here, and my goodness. I was thinking before Hunrath, after Hunrath. So it's like the mayor of the town before the town was teleported was Luther Roscoe, but the time lengths just don't make sense to me in that regard. Unless this is corrected for the passage of time and space. But Karl Hunrath, you know, at 0 marks the beginning of Hunrath. After Hunrath. I mean, that makes sense to me, just the numbers don't. John Farley, Caroline Farley. Okay, and then Joseph Pieter Jensen. I feel like the mayor, this Joseph, was not well-liked. And yet he won. Because, she made kind of a snide remark about how he left pretty quickly when everybody was going away. Hey, another little shortcut. How about that? And it's like, if he's the mayor, he should be the one taking care of things. Instead, he took off. So what do we have here? Oh, hold on. Come on. Texas. Write that down. Okay. Now, we look at this, we see that it's constantly moving. If I could get it to kind of have less of a reflection so I can look at it proper. Let's assume that's north. I can't really read the markings on here very well. I think east-west. And then there's maybe an S here? I can't tell. But yeah, it doesn't... North is changing constantly. It can't quite get a read on a strict direction. And yet we have this, which seems to be... Okay, that's interesting. Why is it an O instead of a W? Was there a point in time where West was spelled like O-E-S-T? Is that a possibility? And just in case the actual writing matters. Book. More reading. Alright. Let's do it. Special Council Session 2... Hold on. Okay, it is the first page. Council 2 discussed final approval of Farley's plan with regard to the imminent attack. The full council vote was unanimous, and I gave my final approval. Preparation update. Farley says that tunneling is almost complete. Tham? Tham? I can't... It's a name. Informs us that the villains just completed their construction and have started testing. Special Council Session 12. Oh, so that's 11, not a Roman numeral. No one attended. I will inquire as to reason for their absence. It appears that the council members feel like we're having too many meetings. Since the plan has been approved, perhaps we can reduce our meetings to every 2 days for now. While I was asking Cecil about his absence, I also inquired about securing the tower area. Cecil will provide a new key code for the lower lock in the next few days. Cecil was concerned about any survivors not having access, so it was decided that we would conceal the code in Farley's house and give the residents the location as they were being chambered. A clue to that code has been placed under the direction of our first mayor. Okay. So this, I think, is in fact new and not just reinforcing something we would have already known. Code in Farley's house for the lower lock. So I'll write lower tower lock. Code in Farley's house. Clue under direction of first mayor. So, we'll get back to that in a second. I also had him change the upper tower access code. So, it's a code for one of them. I think we're in the lower. but I don't know. I have decided to bring some of the more important mayor's logs with me for chambering, specifically the initial Hunrath log, and then the logs that document the history of our conflict with the Mofang. They used to get along, and then they didn't. I would think we would have an extra chamber available for historic documents. Tham attended the... only Tham attended, and he informed me that because of the dire circumstances, the others were extremely busy or not inclined to have long discussion about the situation. I told him I would suspend the regular special council sessions, and we would simply meet as the need arose. I paid a visit to Farley today. I asked her to check on the availability of a chamber for the documents. I spent the last few days collecting documents. I divided them into two categories, chambered and vaulted. The vaulted are less important, but obviously worth making an effort to save. They can be moved into Farley's vault area. The vaulted category will also include any books that we've managed to collect through the years. With less than a week remaining before chambering begins, the population is tense. We've had several town hall meetings to try and answer any questions, but the realities of the current situation make it difficult to assuage fears. Farley has informed me that there is one final confirmation from Chevar, it's a name we heard before. If Farley doesn't hear from her by the end of numbers, then there is no turning back. There is an odd justice to Farley's plan that whatever the Mofang bastards send to kill us will be returned back to them. A special meeting was called to go over the plans for the final time. Farley had several instruction sheets to distribute, the Mofang weapon illustration, a list of all souls that will be used as a basis for the chambering manifest. Am I reading this correctly? Souls? And a thorough summary of the battle plans. These will be distributed as necessary. No word from Chevar. Farley tells me that there will be at least one chamber available for historic documents. Any other extra chambers will be loaded with emergency provisions and medications in case either Hunrath or Murray are completely destroyed. No word from Chevar. No word from Chevar. Death is on our doorstep. Curse the Mofang devils to hell. I am leaving to be chambered. This journal will remain here to inform any future souls of what our last days were like. Then warning, as we've seen. Wonder if this is important. We've seen license plates over in the garage, but this one's just by itself on the mayor's desk. So, under direction of First Mayor, we have compasses. 2 of them. Compasses are used for direction. The first mayor, Luther Roscoe, or possibly Karl Hunrath. They're not alive anymore. I believe we've seen both of their graves in the cemetery. The clue is under the first mayor. So, yeah. Well, let me check this. I don't think this would be anything. Let me just see. What was the number again? 406. Okay. So that it's just a lock on both sides. Okay, moving on. We will go over here and see what there is to see. forgive my ignorance. We have a Japanese flag, we have a freedom flag, and we have... I don't know which flag is just white and red. I'm not somebody that memorizes all flags. Let me just take a direct. Okay, come over here, and we've got a few things. Okay. Seems that that is it. Kind of disappointing. We have something, though, to go off of. So let me write down these two names, even though I have pictures. I want to write down the stuff so I don't have to keep going back and forth to the photos. The code in Farley's house, the clue, is under the direction of the first mayor. So I'm writing down both of these names just to be thorough. And I'm writing down the dates as well. Okay. So I guess now we go back to Farley's house and the cemetery. But I just want to do one more pass. Make sure there wasn't anything that I skipped. All right. Is this the best way to go? Yes. Okay. Because this takes us right back out to town. And then we can run it back to Farley's from here. So we're here at the graveyard. We found Luther Roscoe's grave, and we also found Carl Hunrath's grave. And the clue was specifically under the direction of the first mayor. Under the direction. So let's say this is the direction that we are... Don't see anything that I can do anything with. Nothing on the back. I can't interact with this. But we do have this. Direction of the first mayor. Could potentially have a 4-digit code there. 1881, 1861. possible, let us look at Karl Hunrath. Direction. I mean, we don't get to bring a compass with us, so we don't know what direction it is. It also kind of points to this grave. Under the direction. So, what's this name here? John Hartnell? Senior. And 1860 or 81, I think. Just to kind of confirm. I mean, it could maybe even be this, the grave next to it. And that's Mary Hartnell? Yeah. Yeah. And possibly 1815 to, I can't read it. Maybe 1884? I feel like the numbers themselves might not be super important because they're not super clear. Let's just see what we got at Farley's house then. The code is in Farley's house in the... You know, these are 5-digit numbers, and we need a 5-digit number for the tower using the phone dial. But then these dates are... oh, well, maybe. Doesn't seem right. Under the direction of our first mayor. Is there anything in here that would suggest something about the first mayor? I mean, these are old. But I don't see anything that would directly connect them with the mayor. I don't get it. What is... There's something in here. Unless they were two different things. Like, the codes for the tower. One was in Farley's house, and the other was under the direction of the first mayor. But it sounded like they were connected. Well, poop. Under? Am I under? No. Maybe. I was all excited that I noticed this, only to be let down. Stupid spheres. Okay. This feels like something that I'm gonna need to sit here and think about for a bit. I don't know if I really need to bring you along with me for that. Done all looking around. There's nothing else that I'm gonna be doing except just sitting here thinking and re-looking at things. So, yeah. Oh, hey. I didn't see these. This could be important. So, yeah. We're back in the mayor's house. Mr. Mayor, at your behest, here is the information pertaining to the Bleeder, its history, and some of the engineering behind it. The Bleeder project was designed and built at the request of Mayor Sims to collect and dissipate the ever-increasing power in the entire ecosystem. Mayor Sims was reluctant to allow the system to come to fruition, as he and others had become suspicious of Mayor Farley's death. He believed that without knowing more precisely what would happen to the cell wall at fruition, it was ill-advised to allow it to possibly open, thus allowing what might be outside in and what might be inside out. The system has the capacity to throttle all four connected worlds for... Yeah, that does make sense with what I saw in Farley's house. The idea, as you are well aware, is to suppress the ecosystem power and thus inhibit full maturity of the trees. It was postulated, and since became apparent, that this suppression will keep whatever unknown maturity process from happening and grant us direct control over tree fruition. This page 2, then? The rate of dissipation is sensed and regulated automatically. Power is collected through villain-engineered extruded cables that attach directly to the dome membrane. That's what these are. They're not just going out to nowhere, they're up against the dome. Okay. When the maximum power level is exceeded, the dissipation phase is triggered, creating an electrical charge followed by a discharge into the water. Through electrolysis, an amount of hydrogen and oxygen is generated. We capture some of these elements for our own use, but the great majority is released into our atmosphere. This gassing might be a cause for concern were it not for the ecosystem's ability to filter and maintain our atmosphere at near ideal levels. Excess hydrogen and oxygen content and pressure generated by the process is rebalanced quickly by the membrane. And as you know, we discourage swimming when the bleeder is operational. Let me take pictures of these. And let me go back here. Now, this is written in blue. Okay. We'll provide a new key code for the lower lock in the next few days. Cecil was concerned about any survivors not having access, so it was decided that we would conceal the code in Farley's house and give the residents the location as they were being chambered. So let's isolate this last sentence from that about the upper tower. In the Farley's house, the code in Farley's house could all relate to the lower tower access, which we have now used. So the upper tower access code, a clue to that code, has been placed under the direction of our first mayor. That says you. Hold on. I thought that I can't read that very well. I assumed that said Joseph or something. But looking at it from this angle, I can very clearly read Roscoe. You sneaky Texas. Under the direction. Baby. So then what is the clue with this? Because that's direction as well. It's locked in at... I hate these kinds of things where you like rotate the stuff around because you can't quite get it the way you want it. Never. Which one's pointing... Well, neither of them are pointing... I don't know. Northeast and southwest? Let me write that down. So we got Texas... And then let's just write down like northeast and southwest. Okay, what else do we have here? An Iowa plate. 60... Oh. Oh, hold on. Is there a Texas plate over here? Yes. Okay. I'm just looking at the other ones. PV7932. Things are happening right now. But the brain is firing off on all the little neurons and stuff. Okay. 7, that's not... Hold on. If I want to get to the tower... Because I had it marked down as a 5-digit. It uses the rotary phone thing. Do I translate the P and the V? To numbers. Seven, 8. So 787932. Let's see if this does anything. 7, 8, 7, 9, 3, 2. Okay, that didn't do anything. But we don't have the letters or the numbers over on the other dial. So I think this is used just for reference. Okay, we're going to go to the upper area for the tower. And I think I know the best way to do that. My sense of direction is not great. I'm not going to pretend. And then just not wanting to go into the photos to look at the map because I was worried that was somehow related to the encoding issues last time. And then just being all excited, I went full on, like, puppy mode there. Yeah. We're here. Okay. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So 7, 8, 7, 9, 3, 2. It was a 6-digit code. Why did I have it written down as 5? Oh. Okay. Well. This is probably a good place to stop. We will pick up our next episode here, look at stuff, and then work our way down. I was very... like, if I saw somebody here, I was about to just, like, lose it. Okay. I got too excited, and we scrambled around a little bit, but we found our way eventually. Okay? I would rather be lost and confused because I'm happy that I've got an answer than like running around lost and confused because I don't know what to do. So I just, yeah. It goes both ways. I'm either too excited or I'm too frustrated. This looks interesting. Okay. So, that'll do it. I'm happy. I'm feeling good. The brain did good today. Good job, brain. Yeah, even up here, where the game's gotta load and process the whole world around me, nothing's hiding. Everything's just right here. Everything's, I think, recording just fine. So, let's hope we don't have issues like that again. Alright. So, with that, I'll see you next time. I love ya. Mwah. Bye-bye.